Okay, it's the pennant race, the 1972 pennant race. And we're going to discuss the 10 teams that have a chance to win the championship. First, in the Northeast region, the Indianapolis Racers have a 3-game lead over the New York Titans and a 5.5-game lead over the Philadelphia Freedom. Indianapolis is hosting the Blue Sox on today, the 19th. New York is at Atlanta, and Philadelphia is hosting the Flamingos. Let's look at the total games remaining. Indianapolis has 18, 5 at home and 13 on the road. New York has 18, 6 at home, 12 on the road. Philadelphia has 19 remaining, 9 at home and 10 on the road. The percentages, 80% for Indianapolis, so they should win, but New York has an outside chance. This is week 24. There are 3 weeks remaining, 25, week 26 is the last week. We will have the season ended this week, and next week we'll have the league championship sim. In the Southeast region, Charlotte with a 97.5% chance. It's almost assured with a 5.5-game lead over Baltimore to win this division. Their magic number is 14. Magic number is a combination of Charlotte wins and Baltimore losses. They are playing each other, and we will feature that game. Charlotte hosting Baltimore at Crown Coliseum. In the Western League, Northwest region, Seattle with a 73.4% chance, and San Francisco with a 26.7% chance. Seattle 3 times as likely to go, but only a game and a half separates these two teams. Our first featured game is the Seattle Cascades hosting the Los Angeles Stars, who are leading the Southwest region. San Francisco, trailing only by a game and a half, is on the road playing the Dallas Wranglers, and we will feature that game. In the Southwest region, Stars with an 80% chance of going to the playoffs, winning the division. Dallas and Houston only trail by 3 and 3.5 games respectively. LA is at Seattle. Dallas is at San Francisco. These two contests will be featured. Houston is at Las Vegas. We will recap this contest. All right, let's take a look at our contenders. Let's start in the Northeast region. Let's look at the team roster. Switch hitting Tito Fuente, hitting 265. This team has one 300 hitter, Dusty Baker, hitting 314. Williams hits 279. Tony Perez hits 273. Dusty has 32 home runs. Billy 27, Tony 20. 90 runs batted in for Dusty Baker. Juan Benitez leads the team in stolen bases with 16. Pitching wise, Andy Messersmith has a 2.83 ERA. I wouldn't say pitching was their strength. ERAs in the 3s and 4. The bullpen, also 3s. A good closer in Clay Carroll with 18 saves, 2.50 ERA. The Titans, who trail by 3 games, have 2 300 hitters, Al Oliver and Al Kaline. They have a lot of home runs. 4 players with 19 homers. They're third in runs scored. The pitching staff, now this team has 3 pitchers, starters, with 2 ERAs. And the bullpen, closer, Jack Aker, 1.98 ERA with 3 saves. Danny Frisella, who's been the team's closer since the beginning of the season, 14 saves, but a 3 ERA. I think this team is ready to contend should they win the division. Philadelphia trails by 5.5 games. They have the league's best hitter in Manny Mota, who's hitting 344. Willie McCovey with 31 home runs. One of the league leaders. The rotation, again, 4 guys with 3 ERAs, 1 guy with a 4. Jim Rooker is 16-9. Everybody else is under 500. But they have Sparky Lyle. He's a closer. 2.22 ERA, 23 saves. The rest of the bullpen, it may be an adventure. In the Southeast, Charlotte leads Baltimore by 5.5 games. Jose Cruz is a 304 hitter. They're not the strongest hitting team, but the pitching is stellar. Matlack at 187, Luis Tion is 226, and Dave Lemons at 268. Matlack is 19-4. Tion is 17-8. And the bullpen, Ramon Hernandez with 11 saves, a 1.89 ERA. They've got 2s, Ted Abernathy and Pete Mickelson. Abernathy with 16 saves himself. They got both sides of the plate covered, right-hander, left-hander. They should be quite well representative in the league championship sim should they win this division. Baltimore has a higher run differential, but they struggled. Early in the year, they looked like a shoo-in for the division champion, but now things have changed. Lou Pinella's been hitting .300 all year. He's their best hitter. Norm Cash, 275. Sal Bando, 263. They spread the home runs wide. Chris Byers, 11. I think Steve Carlton, of course, 22-4 on the year, 1.45 ERA. He's the best in the league, I believe. But they don't have anyone else nearly that. Closest is Cuellar at 2.95 ERA-wise. Records and whatnot. The bullpen is good. Sealback, 13 saves, 1.04 ERA. That's pretty good. Bob Locker, 2.09. But I don't know if they can overcome this lead, this deficit. In the Western Division, Northwest region, Seattle's the best team in the league on a run differential basis. Let me take a look at that. Yeah, 110. Nobody else is close except Baltimore, who may not make it. They have 3 players who's hitting .300. Bunbury, Parker, and Baylor. Now you notice Baylor is not in the starting lineup because he too is a left fielder like Bunbury. So I'm not sure how they're working that out. Torrey, all-star, hitting .269 with 15 homers. Now they're not big on home runs. At least not in the starting lineup. Walker, a starter. Oh, he's out. Interesting. I haven't seen very many long-term injuries, which I like. I'd rather the competition just face each other. Now let's see who wins. Everybody's got a 3 here in ERA. So Seattle's, they're a strategic team though. Somehow they're outscoring their opponents by 100 runs. And they only lead San Francisco by a game and a half, so they may not make it. The Seals, Gene Kleins, who they traded for, hitting .321. In the last game streamed, he had we went 4 for 5. I think in this one, let me see. Yeah, he went 4 for 5, 3 runs scored, 2 runs batted in. I streamed that one. So Bloomberg at 295, Yaz at 282, Colbert at 240. Home runs evenly distributed. Bloomberg with 32. Nobody else has 20 though. Yaz is 18. Bullpen. Auto rotation. Ellis 292. Not great. Not lights out. Bullpen though. Ranger, 21 saves, high ERA. But Veal, Lindsey, Corbin, McLaughlin. Some of these guys are September call-ups. They're first in runs scored, first in on-base percentage, first in OPS, first in weighted OBA, first in home runs, they say. First in home runs, really? Bloomberg's got to be a big part of that. Right. Southwest. The Stars lead Dallas by 3, Houston by 3.5. They don't have a 300 hitter. Ken Singleton is their guy, 284. 16 homers, 56 runs batted in. He's their MVP. Only 4 stolen bases. Pitching, the rotation. 2 guys with a 2, 3 guys with a 3. All the records are close to 500. Keeson at 14-9 looks like the best. The bullpen, however, is stellar. Brewer, 10 saves, 1.50, the left-hander. Upshaw, who's been their guy since the beginning of the season, 17 saves, 339, that's decent. Rose, 0.93. LaRoche, 1.27. They've come along. Look at Brewer, 14 games, 6 saves, 0.39 ERA, and 23 1/3 innings pitched, 19 struck out. Nice. Here's the Wranglers of Dallas. They don't have a 300 hitter. They've got a home run hitter in Willie Stargell. He's got 28. Tovar, best hitter at 279 as far as batting average. The rotation, 2 2s, 3 3s. Vida Blue, 19-8, one of the league's best. They've got 4 guys in this bullpen with saves. They traded for Fingers from Atlanta. He pitched for Atlanta in the All-Star game after being traded to Dallas. I don't know how that works in this game, but they also have O'Toole, and they traded for Geisty. I think it's Geisty. And Sanders, they traded for him too, I think so. Dallas is ready should they get there as far as the bullpen is concerned. And Houston. Another team without a 300 hitter. Lou Brock hitting 290. Kingman's got 19 home runs, hitting a $180. Johnny Bench hitting 248 with 29 home runs. Pitching, the rotation, they've got 3 2s and 2 3s. Gullett at 18-8, one of the league's best. Palmer at 11-13, 2.81 ERA. And Stoudemire, I think they traded for him. 2.83 ERA. Lolich, no, I think they traded for Lolich. So this team is gearing up pitching-wise. The bullpen, Gladding, been good all year. 2.41 ERA, 21 saves. Diego Segui, 10 saves. Bugalowski, 10-1, 2.13 ERA. I think they traded for him. Interesting. Let's see. they traded for Stottlemyre. They traded for Lolich. Segui. And Tim Foley. Huh. He is 21. Tim Foley. Okay. Stottlemyre. So they traded for a lot of these guys. Wheeling and dealing. They're 3.5 out. We'll see if they'll get there. Okay. Here are the current standings. And soon we'll begin with the Western League matchup. LA Stars, Seattle Cascades, the two division leaders in game 1. And then we'll have game 2 of Baltimore and Charlotte. And then we'll have game 2 of San Francisco and Dallas.